Hi, I'm Mike Gray, General Manager of Night Rifles. Welcome to muzzleloader hunting and to the ever-growing family of night rifle owners. With the purchase of your new night rifle, you have joined the night rifle family, and that is something very special to us. It is very important for you to complete your warranty card and return it to us as quickly as possible. As soon as we receive your warranty information, you will immediately become a member of our information exchange, highlighted through the Night News, our quarterly newsletter. The Night News will keep you abreast of new technologies, industry updates, hunting tips from the professionals, and provides you a forum for exchanging your hunting successes with other night rifle owners across the country. Now, I would like to introduce you to the founder of Night Rifles and the pioneer of inline muzzleloaders, Tony Knight.
Hello, I'm Tony Knight. For the next few minutes through this video, we're going to take you through the steps necessary to fully acquaint you with your new night rifle.
Whether you've acquired one of the standard night rifles, like the Knight MK85, the Bighorn BH99, the LK93 Wolverine, the LK2, or the USAK American Night Inline Series, or one of the dramatically new and functional disc, T-Bolt, or TK2000 night shotguns, the information contained in this video will help you understand and utilize the unsurpassed accuracy, unmatched reliability, and uncompromising safety that is built into each night rifle.
The information you're about to see in this video is also covered in our Night Instructional Manual, and that is included with each and every night rifle that you buy. We'd like to suggest you keep the manual close to your rifle so that when you need a brush up on techniques like cleaning or disassembly, it is close at hand. So build yourself a workspace in front of the TV screen, keep your instruction manual close by, and get ready to get personal with the finest muzzleloader ever built, the Night Rifle.
Depending on the model you choose, a night rifle weighs from 6 to 8 pounds and offers all of the characteristics that the most discriminating shooter demands. The modern stock design is a definite improvement over a traditionally styled muzzleloader and results in better control of the rifle, less perceived recoil, and greater shooting comfort. Sling swivel studs are a standard feature on all night rifle stocks. The heart of your night rifle is a surefire inline percussion system and patented dual safety system, featuring a side-mounted thumb or finger-actuated trigger safety, and at the rear, a secondary safety or hammer block that, when fully screwed in clockwise, will prevent the striker from accidentally striking the nipple. Simply stated, these systems offer you the safest muzzleloader you could own and the reliability of hesitation-free ignition every time you pull the trigger. Other general characteristics of each night rifle include both an easily adjustable rear sight and a stationary front ramp sight. Each night rifle receiver is drilled and tapped for easy mounting of a quality scope, receiver sight, or peep sight. Now, even with a rifle sighted in, every hunter knows that the ultimate performance of their rifle is determined by downrange accuracy, weight retention, and bullet expansion. With that in mind, night rifles have been designed to allow you, the shooter, maximum flexibility in your choice of a wide range of commercially available bullet types and weights. Although your rifle was designed with saboted bullets in mind, each night rifle is capable of delivering excellent accuracy with hard-hitting, heavy lead conical bullets and with patched round balls. Match the caliber of your rifle, whether it's a 50, 54, 45, or 36, with quality shooting components, and you're well on your way to superior pinpoint accuracy. Another standard feature is the highest quality muzzle loading barrel available today, a precision Green Mountain rifle barrel that's made from certified rifle-grade steel. Green Mountain quality ensures outstanding accuracy, longer bore life, and safety. The removable stainless steel breech plug found on every night rifle model also makes this muzzle loader the easiest to clean. For added shooting control and to accommodate the personal preference of individual shooters, most night rifles feature a deluxe adjustable featherweight trigger. We recommend a minimum pull setting of 3 pounds set at the factory. Night rifle value packs are an ideal way to introduce anyone to the advantages of inline muzzle loading. Each pack includes everything needed to load and shoot, except for powder and caps. Value packs are available in American Night, LK2, Wolverine, Bighorn, and Youth Series. The Night LK93 Wolverine Youth Value Pack rifle features a 12.5-inch pull length. The Youth Wolverine can easily be converted to a full-size Wolverine through the Night Stock Exchange program. Night Rifles offers over 150 accessory products to meet all of your muzzleloader hunting, shooting, and cleaning needs. These accessories have met the same quality requirements found in all Night Rifle products. For the absolute best accuracy and performance on big game, we recommend shooting Night bullets and sabots out of your Night Rifle. These bullets are proven performers out of Night muzzle loading rifles, designed to give the best accuracy and retained downrange stopping power. Night saboted bullets are available in a variety of jacketed and lead designs, ranging in weight from 240 grains to 325 grains. Every species of North American big game has been cleanly taken with Night rifles and bullets. For the discriminating black powder shooter that wants nothing but the best, we offer premium Night Red Hot bullets by Barnes and the new Night A-frame bonded bullets by Swift. Whether you choose the unique all-copper construction of the Red Hot bullet design, which ensures deep penetration, maximum expansion, and complete transfer of energy for devastating knockdown power, or the maximum penetration and controlled expansion of the A-frame bonded bullet, you have chosen without a doubt the ultimate muzzle-loading big game bullet, built and designed for optimum performance in the field. All Night muzzle-loading bullets are packaged with Night high-pressure sabots and have been tested for optimum accuracy and performance. These sabots that have been specially designed for use with heavy hunting charges feature a heavier base and longer pedals for better performance with a wider range of bullets, whether you're shooting Night bullets or a bullet of your own personal choice. Night's all-inclusive kits are perfect for the new muzzle-loading enthusiast, and our specialty items will make your muzzle-loading experience more enjoyable. Night Premiums let others know you're a proud member of the Night Rifle Team. ScentMaster is the ultimate in scent control. Its patented design powerfully moves 110 cubic feet of scented or descented air per minute in, around, and completely through your hunting outfit. Use it to impregnate every fiber of your hunting clothes with the cover scent of your choice. Or use ScentMaster with the charcoal matte kit to totally de-scent your camo. Either way, ScentMaster will give you an edge over a deer's sensitive nose. Prior to using your Night rifle for the first time, you must ensure that it is clear and clean of all potential obstructions. Using a dry patch, wipe away excess oil and grease from all external surfaces. Examine the rifle thoroughly and familiarize yourself with the patented double safety system. As shown earlier, the primary safety is located on the right side of the rifle and is in the firing position when it's forward. The secondary safety is located at the rear of the hammer. When this safety is threaded forward to cover the red ring, the safety is engaged and the hammer cannot strike the nipple. To disengage this safety, screw the safety nut counterclockwise all the way to the rear of the hammer, totally exposing the red ring. Always leave safeties in the safe position until ready to fire. Open your accessory package and remove its contents. All night rifles include a combo tool and 5 plug screws for the scope mounting holes. Depending upon the night rifle model you purchased, you may also have a cleaning jag and extension, a 5/32 inch Allen wrench, and a sample of night saboted big game bullets. The ramrod is approximately the same length as the barrel. When totally inserted into the barrel, the end of the ramrod should be near flush with the muzzle of your rifle. This indicates the barrel is free of obstruction. If the ramrod does not fall all the way in, you have an obstruction in the barrel that will require the disassembly procedures covered in a later segment. If you have an obstruction, stop this tape and consult your manual under the heading Removing Hammer and Breech Plug to Clear Bore. Follow these instructions and free the rifle barrel from any obstruction before continuing with this presentation. Now you are ready to remove all oil and/or grease from inside the bore, nipple, and breech plug. Assemble the ramrod extension, and cleaning jag. Place a clean, dry patch over the muzzle and push the patch all the way into the barrel with the ramrod. Next, pull the ramrod out. The cleaning jag will hold the patch securely in place. Turn the patch over and repeat the procedure, making sure the patch and ramrod bottom out against the face of the breech plug. Leave the ramrod and patch in the bore. You are now ready to fire your rifle using percussion caps only to blow all oil and grease out of the nipple and breech plug and into the patch. Wearing shooting glasses and hearing protection, place a percussion cap onto the nipple. Pointing the rifle in a safe direction, making sure that both safeties are in the fire position, fire the cap. Repeat this procedure 2 more times. Remove the ramrod and examine the patch for a dark burned area. This burned area indicates the ignition system is clear. You are now ready to load your rifle. We again ask that you make sure to wear proper eye and hearing protection when firing your rifle. Place both safeties in the safe position. The trigger safety should be back, and the secondary safety should be screwed all the way forward to completely cover the red ring. Using the separate night powder flask and measure, fill the measure. We recommend starting with 100 grains of FFG black powder, or volume equivalent, a black powder substitute. Pour the charge into the muzzle. Be sure to always keep the muzzle pointed away from the body. You're now ready to insert the projectile you've chosen. We recommend using our night high-pressure sabot with one of our big game muzzle-loading bullets. Place the sabot and bullet into the muzzle of your rifle. If the bullet fits too tight to start with hand pressure, use the handle of a night multi-purpose starter to push the sabot and bullet into the muzzle. Then use the brass end of the starter to push the bullet on into the barrel. Insert the ramrod and push the projectile down the bore until it's firmly seated against the powder charge. Do not put your hand or any other part of your body over the end of the ramrod or bounce the ramrod on the bullet. Bouncing the ramrod will only deform the nose of the projectile, hampering its accuracy. Keeping the rifle safely pointed downrange, once again, make sure that both safeties are engaged. Then, cock the hammer by pulling rearward on the secondary safety. Inspect the receiver area for spent caps or other foreign materials. Using a night capper, place a cap on the nipple. Move both safeties to their firing position. Take aim and fire. Once you've fired, cock the hammer and place both safeties in their safe position and discard the spent cap. When shooting for accuracy, we recommend that you swab the bore between shots. Use the ramrod extension, and cleaning jag, and a solvent or a saliva-moistened patch to wipe the fouling from the bore. Do not run the patch down the full length of the bore in the first stroke, as this can cause the patch to stick. Start the patch down the barrel gradually, moving the patch with short up and down strokes until you make contact with the breech plug. Remove the patch and discard. You're now ready to reload. The sights on your rifle have been precision installed and should place the bullet near your point of aim. But in order for it to shoot accurately for you, it may need to be adjusted to fit your personal sight picture. We recommend sighting in at 50 yards, maintaining a point of impact 2 inches above the center of the bullseye. This will place the saboted projectile approximately dead center of the bullseye at 100 yards and about 2.5 inches low at 125 yards. Shooting and hunting experience will determine just how you wish to have your rifle sighted. Your rifle sights may be adjusted by moving the rear sight. Always remember to move the rear sight in the direction you wish the impact of the projectile to move. Elevation adjustments are made by first loosening the small lock screw located on the left side of the sight. Then, with your fingers, push the sight forward toward the muzzle to raise the sight. Or pull it back toward the breech to lower the impact of the bullet. Windage adjustments are made by first loosening the screw that locks the sight blade in position. If you need to move the point of impact of the projectile to the right, move the rear blade to the right. If you need to move the point of impact to the left, move the rear blade to the left. Once adjustments have been made, retighten the screws so the sight doesn't move. Take care not to over-tighten either screw, or you could strip the threads in the sight. The sights vary from model to model. Take a few minutes to familiarize yourself with your elevation and windage adjustments. If you're shooting heavy lead conical bullets, you may not be able to get enough height adjustment with your rear sight. Should this occur, you'll need to install a taller rear sight blade or a lower front sight bead, or both. When sighting in a scope, follow the scope manufacturer's directions. Once you are satisfied with the adjustments you've made with your sights or scope and have finished firing, you must thoroughly clean your rifle. Follow these steps to clean your rifle with Knight's Cleaning Solvent Concentrate or dish soap and water. Prepare a bench or countertop to catch any liquids that spill. Make sure the rifle is unloaded by measuring the bore with the ramrod. Remove the barreled action from the stock by using a 5/32 inch Allen wrench. Next, remove the trigger from the receiver again using the 5/32 Allen wrench. Now you are ready to remove the hammer. Current production Knight rifles rely on a rubber O-ring for a friction-tight fit to keep the hammer snug in the receiver. Grasp the knurled portion of the end cap and with a counterclockwise motion unscrew the hammer assembly from the receiver and pull rearward to remove. If you have an older style model, remove the end cap lock screw on the left-hand side of the receiver before removing the hammer assembly. No further disassembly of the hammer group is required or recommended. Set it aside for cleaning and reassembly. Place the receiver end of the barreled action into a padded vise or back into the stock. Remove the nipple from the breech plug by inserting the nipple wrench end of the combo tool into the receiver and turning it counterclockwise. The 5/32 Allen wrench may be inserted through the hole in the combo tool to form a handle. Remove the breech plug by inserting the appropriate end of the combo tool into the receiver and engaging the slot in the breech plug. Again, using the 5/32 Allen wrench as a T-handle, turn the combo tool in a counterclockwise direction until the breech plug unthreads from the rear of the barrel. Heavy fouling from a large number of shots can build at the face of the breech plug and into the first couple of threads, making it more difficult to break loose. If you expect to shoot a great deal in one day, it is advisable to pull the breech plug and clean it at regular intervals rather than allow this condition to develop. After removing the breech plug from the receiver, place it in the night solvent cleaning kit jar with the nipple to soak. To clean the barrel, saturate a supply of patches with night solvent concentrate and use the ramrod with cleaning jag and extension attached or bore brush. Use of the Night MP bullet starter extends the length of the ramrod, allowing the patches to be pushed through the receiver end of the barrel. Run the patches through the bore repeatedly until the last patch shows that the bore is clean. Be sure to clean the breech plug threads in the rear of the barrel. Then wipe away residue with a clean cloth or patch. This may be done with a patch around a bore brush, turning it through the threads of the breech plug area. To clean the receiver, pour night solvent concentrate into the fouled area of the receiver window and scrub vigorously with a night breech brush. Be sure to clean the breech plug threads in the rear of the barrel. Then wipe away residue with a clean, dry patch. Flush the barrel and receiver with hot water if it's available. Make sure that all dirty solvent is removed and that the barrel is dry. Then use night oil with rust inhibitor on the inside of the bore and receiver, as well as on all outside metal surfaces. Using a night breech brush and night solvent patches, clean the front of the hammer. Wipe dry with a clean patch and apply night oil with rust inhibitor. Thoroughly scrub the threads and nipple end of the breech plug. Then do the same to the nipple. Dry both and oil. Before reinstalling the breech plug, be sure to generously apply breech plug grease to the threads. This will help keep the breech plug from seizing the next time you wish to remove it. Clean your trigger assembly by lightly oiling the sear and wiping the trigger with a clean patch, removing any fouling or excess oil that may be visible. To reassemble, place the breech plug in the receiver using the combo tool and the 5/32 Allen wrench as a handle. Screw it in clockwise until it bottoms out against the barrel. Do not over-tighten. Insert the nipple in the combo tool, then slide it into the rear of the receiver, and with a clockwise motion, screw the nipple into the breech plug. Tighten until it is snug. Again, do not over-tighten. Attach the trigger to the bottom of the receiver using a 5/32 Allen wrench. Hold the trigger straight with the receiver and use moderate pressure when tightening the trigger screw. Your hammer may have a rubber O-ring. Before you reinstall the hammer, it is important to lubricate the O-ring with oil to prevent sticking. To return the hammer assembly to the receiver, place the trigger safety on the forward firing position. Then, while holding the trigger back, slide the hammer into the receiver. Turn it clockwise, screwing the end cap into place until it is against the rear of the receiver. Using a 3/32 Allen wrench, replace the end cap lock screw if your model has one, and moderately tighten. Place the barreled action into the stock and install the stock screw using a 5/32 Allen wrench. Place the ramrod in the ramrod guide that is attached to the underneath side of the barrel and slide it back into the stock. Check both safeties and make sure they are functioning properly. With the secondary safety in the forward safe position, dry fire the rifle to ensure that the rifle is functioning properly.
I hope you've enjoyed your personal tour through our standard night rifle. Here at Night Rifles, our goal is your personal satisfaction. Every time you draw a bead on an animal, we want you to be successful.
If you've purchased one of our specialty rifles, the Night Disc Rifle, the T-Bolt Rifle, or the TK2000 Night Shotgun, or just want to be informed about the cutting-edge technology that's established Night Rifles as #1 in muzzle loading, then stay tuned.
We're proud that the Night Specialty Guns meets the special interest of you discriminating hunters. Hotter ignition, increased powder charges for greater downrange energy. This gives you one gun for both upland game and big game. The following segment then will highlight the slight differences in the way these rifles are loaded, fired, handled, assembled, and disassembled. Be sure and read the manual that accompanied your rifle. It's a great resource for the maintenance and safe handling of your firearm.
Muzzle-loading rifles advance into the 21st century with the introduction of the Night Disc Rifle, taking muzzle-loading performance to never-before-achieved levels of reliability, accuracy, versatility, and downrange performance on every species of big game. Night Rifles has continually remained on the cutting edge of muzzle loading technology, and the introduction of the disc ignition system concept establishes without a doubt that Night Rifles is the leader in this field, achieving velocities of over 2,000 feet per second. The disc rifle allows you to use the Hodder number 209 shot shell primer or a number 11 percussion cap. The unique bolt design of this rifle cocks the mechanism when the bolt handle is lifted. This exposes a priming port that's on the bolt. Either disc assembly can easily be dropped into the opening. As the bolt handle is pushed back down, the bolt captures the disc insert and forms a precise fit with the flash hole of the breech plug. Tony Knight developed the disc rifle in conjunction with the introduction of the Pyrodex pellets for best performance. Night Rifles recommends the loading and shooting of these advanced compressed powder charges. Tests have proven that when shooting with any available combination of the Night disc rifle, it will fully consume a 150 grain Pyrodex pelleted charge. The loading and cleaning of the disc rifle is like that of the standard Night Rifles, except for the ignition. When ready to cap or prime, lift the bolt handle to expose the priming port. Drop in a disc insert, making sure that it's facing in the right direction. A small tab at the top helps prevent placing the disc in backwards. Push the handle back down to enclose the disc. Rotate the secondary or hammer safety to the rear fire position. Then push the primary or trigger safety forward. Take aim on your target and fire. Lift the handle of the bolt to open the priming port. Place both safeties in the safe position. Rotate the rifle to the right approximately 90 degrees and shake the fire disc into your hand, or grasp the small tab with your fingers and lift it out. Before reloading the rifle for your next shot, we recommend that you run a damp patch down the bore to wipe it free of excess fouling. The patch can be slightly dampened with either night solvent concentrate or saliva. Once the rifle has been fired at the range or a successful day hunting, it must be disassembled and cleaned at the end of the day. Disassembly of the Night disc rifle begins by first making sure the rifle is unloaded. If it does have a powder charge in the barrel, use caution and proceed to dismantle safely. Remove the stock screw and the ramrod and lay it aside as well. The trigger assembly may now be removed by loosening the trigger screw with the 5/32 Allen wrench. Lay this aside for later assembly. Using the 5/32 Allen wrench supplied with this rifle, remove the bolt retaining screw from the left side of the receiver and pull the bolt assembly to the rear. A unique feature of the disc rifle bolt is that it can be quickly and easily disassembled further for thorough cleaning. This is accomplished by turning the secondary or hammer safety to the rear, inserting the special C-ring tool between the safety and the bolt shroud, then turning the safety forward to compress the bolt spring. This also pulls the cocking piece rearward until it touches the secondary safety. The cocking piece must be indexed into the open portion of the C-ring tool. Once the cocking piece has been pulled all the way to the rear, the bolt shroud, striker, bolt spring, and secondary safety can be turned counterclockwise and unthreaded from the bolt housing, cleaning with the same steps as with a standard Night rifle previously viewed. Once you have thoroughly cleaned and oiled your rifle according to your instruction manual, you are ready to reassemble your Night disc rifle. Thread the striker assembly into the rear of the bolt housing, turning in a clockwise direction until the shroud meets the bolt body. Align the tip of the cocking piece to the small pocket at the rear of the housing by turning the striker assembly counterclockwise, minimum 1/4 turn to maximum of 1 1/4. Then turn the secondary safety to the rear, allowing the cocking piece to settle into the notch and at the same time release tension on the bolt spring. Remove the C-ring and slide the bolt back into the receiver. Align the cam slot in the side of the bolt with the bolt retainer screw hole on the left side of the receiver and install the bolt retainer screw. Snug the retainer screw down, but do not over-tighten. To install the trigger assembly, first lift the bolt handle to reduce pressure against the sear. Start the trigger screw a few turns with your fingers. Then push the primary safety forward and pull the trigger. This releases tension against the sear. Using a 5/32 Allen wrench, snug the screw down, but do not over-tighten. Set the completed barrel action back into the stock. Tighten the stock screw until it is snug. Put the ramrod back into the ramrod guide on the bottom of the barrel and into the opening at the nose of the stock, and your Night disc rifle is reassembled. The T-Bolt rifle offers a side pull style bolt action with a cross bolt for positive closure. This cap style ignition rifle comes with the patented Night red hot musket nipple installed for an extra hot ignition. Also includes a hex head style breech plug for easy takedown and a composite stock with a raised comb and checkered grips. The primary trigger safety is located along the forward right side of the trigger guard for easy finger operation. Follow the same loading and firing procedures as instructed for the other models. For disassembly and assembly, the T-Bolt rifle is much like a disc rifle. The bolt style is the main difference. To remove the bolt, turn the secondary safety to the safe position, covering the red ring on the striker. Remove the bolt retainer screw from the left side of the receiver with the 5/32 Allen wrench, which comes with the rifle. Place the trigger safety in the fire position. Depress the trigger and pull out and back on the bolt handle to slide it out of the receiver. Use a small straight blade screwdriver to remove the bolt body pin. Pull the striker assembly back 3/4 of an inch. Rotate it 1/4 of a turn counterclockwise. Then complete the removal of the striker assembly. Note the position of the bolt handle and sear block of the striker pin, as well as the cross bolt. Remove the cross bolt. Clean thoroughly and lightly oil. To reassemble, place the cross bolt into the bolt body from the flat side with the small hole pointing rearward. Insert the striker assembly into the bolt body, turning it 1/4 of a turn clockwise, following the cutout channel in the bolt body. The striker pin passes through the large slot in the cross bolt, and the small knob on the bolt handle fits into the smaller hole of the cross bolt. Once the striker assembly is in position, align the striker assembly with the bolt body so that the bolt body pin may be put in place. Lightly tighten with a small, straight blade screwdriver. Do not over-tighten, as that will cause the ears at the rear of the bolt body to spread, making the bolt too wide to fit into the rifle's receiver. To place the bolt assembly in the receiver, turn the secondary safety nut clockwise until it stops. Place the trigger safety on fire, depress the trigger, and push the bolt into place while holding the bolt handle to the right to allow the cross bolt to clear the receiver. You are now ready to replace the bolt retainer screw. The T-Bolt rifle offers a winning combination: a locking style cross bolt which ensures safety and utilizes the hottest cap style ignition available, and a premium Green Mountain heavy-duty barrel that will handle up to 150 grains of pelleted Pyrodex with the accuracy and reliability you've come to expect from a Night rifle. The TK2000 Black Powder Shotgun is the latest innovation by Night Rifles. It comes with an innovative backboard choke system that allows you to obtain very dense patterns, yet can be loaded with a choke tube installed. The TK2000 is shipped with the equivalent of an extra full choke tube for lead shot only. An additional choke is available for shooting upland game or waterfowl. This shotgun features our standard inline pullback design hammer and number 11 red-hot nipple for proven performance. As on all night rifles, the TK2000 has our patented double safety system. Here are a few tips which will make the rifle even more reliable and enjoyable to use in the field. When using a scope, place a night scope protector around your scope. This will prevent a buildup of fouling on the scope. Before loading, always remember to remove all excess oil and grease from the bore, breech plug, and nipple. Plus, make sure the receiver is free from debris. Once you have fired your rifle, it must be cleaned. However, a unique feature of the night rifle is that it can be easily unloaded in case of a misfire, a projectile loaded without a powder charge behind it, or if you simply want to unload the rifle without firing. Start by uncapping the rifle, then follow the disassembly instructions provided earlier, removing the barrel action, then the trigger, the hammer, the nipple, and the breech plug. With the cleaning jag and extension threaded into the ramrod and attached to the Night MP bullet starter, simply push the projectile and powder charge out of the barrel and into the receiver area. Then discard into a safe container. Run several lubricated patches through the barrel and wipe the inside of the receiver to remove residue. Then wipe down all metal surfaces with a lightly oiled cloth and reassemble the rifle. This feature of all night rifles allows you to remove a load that may have been carried for several days of a hunt and replace it with a fresh charge or unloading the rifle at the end of a hunt without the hassle of shooting it out and being faced with a thorough cleaning. The rules for safe gun handling are as important with a muzzleloader as with any other firearm. However, there are additional safety considerations for muzzleloaders that are not applicable to other types of firearms. Never expose percussion caps, black powder, or pyrodex to heat, sparks, flame, static electricity, or physical abuse, such as subjecting the container, loose powder, or caps to crushing or sharp blows. Never store or mix black powder or pyrodex with smokeless powder. Never substitute smokeless powder for black powder or pyrodex. Never store black powder or pyrodex and caps in the same container. Never charge a muzzle loader with a live cap on the nipple. Never charge a muzzle loader directly from a powder flask, horn, or can. Always use a volume measured charge from a single charge measuring device that is separate from the primary powder supply container. The projectile must be seated firmly over the powder charge. An airspace between the powder and the projectile can create a condition very similar to an obstruction in the bore. Firing the rifle under such conditions may cause serious injury. Once you've determined the load you intend to shoot, mark the ramrod to indicate you've used the right amount of powder and that the projectile has been properly seated over the powder charge. To do this, let the ramrod rest on a projectile that has been properly seated on the powder charge. Then mark the rod flush with the muzzle. Use that mark for future reference. Never carry a muzzle loader on or in any vehicle of any kind with a cap on the nipple.
Now we come to the end of our tape. I hope this tape has been informative and will help you get the most out of your night rifle. Remember, at night, your satisfaction is our aim, and we're going to continue that. Before we go, though, I'd like to introduce a couple of legends. Harold Knight and David Hale.
Legends in our own mind.
Well, I don't know about that. I'd argue with you on that point. We've been out here shooting, trying these night rifles out. What do y'all think?
Tony, one thing really stands out in my mind is it's 100% American made.
Yes, sir.
And I really like that double safety system y'all have on that gun. I think that's one of the safest muzzle loads it is out on the market.
And that's one of our prime innovations, Harold.
Well, you know, with all the great inventions you've got, Tony, I don't want it to go without being said that every time I ever had a problem, I called up y'all's plant, and somebody there showed me how to fix something that was simple for this stupid guy. And so that's one of the greatest things that I think a man's got to have is service, and by Jove, y'all give it.
I think we got the best customer service department in the industry.
I won't argue with that.
I'll tell you something else you have, too. You got accessory for everything you need in muzzleloader.
Yes, sir.
I mean, y'all do have accessories.
Well, what I don't understand is who does all this inventing? Are you the innovator of that bunch?
Well, so far, we got a lot more things on the table. I can't tell you about it right now, but it's coming up.
Well, I'll have to say, for a primitive weapon, you have made a lot of modern inventions and made a modern muzzleloader out of a primitive weapon. It is a good one. I commend you for your innovations.
We're going to continue to try to bring the best we possibly can. And I understand you guys have been busy, too. I'm not the only inventor around here. Tell me a little about that.
You know, over the last few years, we've come out with some things I think's been different.
That's to say the least.
Well, you know, I think one thing stands out in my mind as much as anything is a Easy Grunter Plus inhale exhale deer call.
And I got one.
And it's still a good call. It's just a super call.
You know, that's a patented item, and that's a pretty hard thing to get in our business, is something that's patented. But a couple of things that stands out in my mind is in the turkey industry, where we came out with a fighting purrs. I mean, we made a household name out of ourselves real quick on that, and it was really a simple concept. I don't know where we were such great inventors.
And
but
I got them too.
You got them? Well, we're doing good. And then in the most recent months, we've come out with something called Old Yeller, which we put a great name to it.
I don't have that.
Well, you probably won't get it unless you got 10 bucks on you, 12 bucks. But nevertheless, these are some of the items that's kind of given us the names as innovators across the country. And you know what? In standing here, I feel like I don't feel like I'm equal with your innovations, but I feel like I'm an elite crowd of innovators, and
Look,
I'm proud to be it.
You guys are household names, whether you know it or not.
Is that the out-household names? Or?
No, sir. You're the household word when it comes to turkey hunting and deer hunting and all kinds of hunting.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. Your new night rifle, the short one with the disc, is going to be the one that's going to take down a big buck this year.
That is.
I think that is I don't know how you're going to improve on that, Tom.
I don't either, but we're constantly working on it. I'll guarantee you that.
Night Rifle's reputation is built on quality, safety, reliability, and accuracy. When the success of your next hunt depends on the quality of the rifle you carry, hunt with the best. Our aim is your satisfaction. Hunt with a Night Rifle, #1 in muzzle loading and pioneer of inline muzzle loaders. For more information on Night Rifles, visit our website at www.nightrifles.com.